can remember a time, not long ago, a time where our only concern was how we were going to store all the fish Gunk had caught that day. We were all so relaxed. I dare even say we were happy. We had everything we could ever dream of. We had the start of a beautiful village with tons of new folks moving in. It wasn't long after the castle was finished that we added the final touches to Ragnar, the best military fortress and prison that anyone had ever seen. It was nice, peaceful. One would even say it was calming. But just like that, it was all gone. Swept away like a fall leaf through a cool, gentle breeze. No, that's how I wish it had happened. Instead, it was ripped from us. Instead of a gentle breeze, it was like a living nightmare. Shortly after being crowned king, Moose began acting a bit strange. As time went by, we had found these machines that he had apparently built, but didn't remember. Moose had a past that even he didn't know about. After a while, we finally discovered the truth. Moose and Notable were a dynamic duo. However, they were no Batman and Boy Wonder. They had worked together to rule the world with an iron fist. In order to gain subjects, Moose had created these machines that, when combined, was supposed to bring other players to their world. But upon activating these machines, it backfired, causing a giant explosion. But by some miracle, it somehow worked.
Alright, I think we're good to go. Alright, hey guys, welcome. So I'm going to minimize this screen. Alright, I got some ideas for like a music thing as well, so we can have something going on in the background. I thought I had something saved, I guess not. Okay, so I'm gonna look at, let's see. What would be a good... I think this? Yeah, I'll do this. Put that on loop. Decrease volume by a lot. There we go. And then I'm going to go here. Filters, edit. And then delete. X. Alright. So are you guys able to hear that music, by the way? You should be able to hear it. It's probably very quiet, but you should be able to hear music now. I hope. That's what we're gonna hope. So I gotta figure out how exactly I'm going to have my screen laid out. So, because I just had this set for D&D, so I'm gonna do this. So this will actually capture my whole display. I just gotta be mindful of that, but that should be fine. Alright. You can't hear the music. Okay. Good to know. Should be an easy fix. Okay, so if I go back here. Okay, so if I do that. Do that. There we go. I don't want that to be too loud though. There we go, perfect. Beautiful. I think we got it. Beautiful stuff. So, alright, I'm going to try to have the right tabs open for what I'm needing to do. This is going to be a little interesting, but I think we can get it. First thing I need to do is I'm going to go into start my server. Bring this over here. Doesn't really matter if you all see it or not, because there's no information I need to hide from it. But, anyway. Howdy guys, hello. Welcome back to another stream. It's been a good minute apart from the D&D streams, but we're going to try to get this done. So the goal is to be working on, let's see. Awesome. So yeah, so back, let's see, I think we're good. Awesome. So, get my brain back on track. So it's been a minute since I've been streaming. I'm trying to do as many streams as I can. I can't do a whole lot because of, well, life, but I'm going to try to get back to doing a couple more streams, especially since I'm so close to 1,000 subs. In order to be monetized and all that good stuff from YouTube, it's not just 1,000 subscribers, though. I need 1,000 subs as well as 4,000 watch hours within the last year. Well, only making a couple videos a month does not help with watch time. So even if I do get the 1,000 subs, it's watch time. Yes, thank you. I love the shirt too. Does not help with my watch time. So what helps with my watch time are streams. So be expecting some more streams down the line, because in order to get that watch time up, I need to get more streams. So especially if the more people watch it, because if I do an hour-long stream and one person watches it, that's an hour. But if I do an hour-long stream and 5 people watch it, well, that's 5 hours. So it adds up really fast. So we're going to go ahead and get started here. So what I'm doing in this stream is I'm going to be working on the TMC, which if you don't know what the TMC is, for one, join my Discord server. You can see, does it require a purchase game or not, but it didn't launch. Correct. Nesque, for Lunar Client, you do need to have an actual purchase of Minecraft, no crack clients or anything. You need an actual paid for Microsoft account. So in order to use Lunar Client, you need a Microsoft account, essentially. So, or a Mojang account, whatever. So, yeah, no crack Minecraft for Lunar. But, so yeah, so make sure to join the Discord server. The link should be in my description of this stream, as well as at the top of my channel page. Join the Discord, but on top of that, if you look in my channel description, I left a brief description over what the TMC actually is. No problem this way. I left a brief description over what the actual TMC is. TMC is an acronym that stands for the Moose Chronicles. So if you guys have been keeping up with my channel at all in the past however many number of years, I've been doing this series called the Moose SMP. And the Moose SMP was really cool. It was an idea of something I wanted to do, somewhat sparked from the Dream SMP, but it was my own twist on it and did some of my own stuff. But that has kind of led into what we are doing now for the TMC. Essentially, the Moose SMP was a lot of like a trial run of a bunch of stuff for the Moose SMP. I mean, for the TMC. So now we go from the Moose SMP to the TMC, and now we're actually getting started using all the stuff we try to use back there. So, greatest SMP of all time, to be honest. I think so too. The story was really cool, and we're going to be sticking with doing the stories and stuff, but it's going to be a little bit different. We're going to allow more of a player stuff. However, the idea that I had for the Moose SMP for the last season is going to have to change, but either way, I'll leave you guys to ask questions. I'll answer those. But either way, for this stream, I'm just going to be working on stuff. A lot of this stuff, I will warn you, may be kind of boring, because I'm going to be working on textures. I'll be working on plugin config files. I'll be working on maybe some plugin design, like plugin development. So there may be some Java coding. There's going to be JSON and YML coding in here. So could be kind of boring, but hey, nice. Welcome to the stream. So this stream may be kind of boring for some of those that don't like the behind the scenes of server development. But for those of you who like the behind the scenes of server development, this is going to be really fun. Just kind of like a chill stream. Like I said, I'm going to be working on probably mainly textures, plugin configs, and just kind of setting up an initial design of what we're doing. So I'll kind of like show you where we are right now. So if I log into my test server here, wait for the plugin to go through. So I'm in the future going to be attempting to use a plugin called Oraxin. It's a premium Spigot plugin that actually helps out a lot with custom textures and will even help load textures and stuff. It's cool, like a texture pack thing. It's really cool, but you can easily add custom items to it as well. So if I go ahead for one, you'll probably notice, actually, okay, we're good. So right now, if I go to skill trees, this is what I've been working on and what we'll probably work on tonight. You can kind of see some custom textured stuff here. And this is for a skill tree that I'm working on. So in the TMC, you're going to be able to pick classes. Once you like first join the server, you'll be able to kind of play through and pick a class. Now, here's the thing. So those of you who've played Winecraft, I didn't want this to be a thing kind of like that to where you're like stuck feeling like you're playing an RPG. However, it is going to be RPG oriented. In other words, if you're a level 50 fighter, you can still do stuff of whatever the other classes may be, but you're just more proficient with fighting, if that makes sense. So in other words, I'm making you more proficient or have a proficiency rather than necessarily picking a class. I'm still calling it a class and everything, but it's treated as picking a proficiency as opposed to playing as a stuck class. So if you're a fisherman, you can still fight. If you're a fighter, you can still fish. Just you're not as proficient with it. Some of the stuff could look like an alchemist can make the potions, but everybody can use the potions. You know, something like that. But anyway, so this was the fighter skill tree. I changed the design of it a little bit because there's a bug in this plugin. I'm using MMO Core for this. Now there's a bug in the plugin that kind of did not allow me to have two nodes, which is what these are called. The actual skill is called a node. It would not allow me to have two nodes incompatible with each other. So I could have this one where if I unlock this one, it would block this one. But if I try to make this one, if I unlocked it, block this one, it would have an error. So I could make one incompatible with the other, but I couldn't have it go crossways. It was like really annoying. So I decided to work on this. So this is kind of the new method I'm going for. So there's going to be the center path, which is going to be like knockback and speed boosts and whatever. But then you can choose between also doing a PvP or PvE. And I'm actually probably going to make it where you have to choose. So first you're going to use a skill point to unlock the skill tree. Then you're going to use a skill point to unlock, okay, a basic knockback, a basic speed. Then you're going to have to choose to either go to speed 2, knockback 2, or you're going to have to choose PvE damage or PvP damage. You're going to have a choice. So, for example, if I give myself some points here, MMO Core, Admin, skill tree points, give Mr. Fisher Mooser. I'm going to give myself 50 test points here. And in fact, I'm also going to give myself 50 fighter. So I'm going to show you guys what this is going to look like. So I got a skill trees here. So this is the fighter skill tree currently. So then if I click this one, turns green. If I click this one, this you can see the path as well changes colors. And then I can click this one. It's going to block these. It changes colors. This one is now still locked until I can do this. And then it's done. It's a really cool skill tree. I'm actually going to bring that up a little bit. There we go. So I also have the test, which is the one I'm just going to change the fighter into. But either way, going to unlock it. And then it gives me the knockback one. So you can see the paths also change colors. So far I do not have all the textures assigned. I have most of them made. I do not have the textures for like knockback or speed. But I have textures for PvP and PvE. I just don't have them all assigned. So right now, if I go ahead and unlock knockback, it will then make speed unlockable. These are still locked, but speed is unlockable. So if I unlock speed, I will then have a choice. I can either unlock PvP 1, speed 2, or PvE damage 1. So there's going to be a lot of technical talk on this. So I warn you guys now, I'm just going to get technical. And so some of you, this is a good place to learn this type of stuff. Others this may go right over your head, but I assure you it's really cool if you get into it. So essentially, instead of having these nodes incompatible with each other, because remember there was a bug, so this is my fix around that. Instead, this node is a parent to these, meaning in order to unlock these, this one has to be unlocked, making these a child of this parent node. So I can set this node to have a maximum of 1 child. In other words, if I pick one of these 3, it will block the other 2. So, somebody in the chat, which do we want to go for? Do we want to go with PvP, speed, or PvE? So player versus entity, speed, or player versus player? What are we going for? What is this character gonna specialize in? I need a suggestion. I think I know what I'm gonna go for, but so I need y'all to tell me, do we want to go for player versus entity, or speed? PvP. Gotcha. On it. So if I click on PvP 1, we unlock PvP, but now you see it blocks the other 2 paths completely. So I can no longer upgrade to these paths, but it makes PvP 2 unlockable. So I can go ahead and unlock that. So that's where we are right now. And so my goal is to right now, before I finish the actual skill tree, I'm going to go ahead and assign the textures I have. So I'm going to add 4 more nodes, and then I'm going to add the textures, because I have enough for player versus player, player versus entity, and then I believe undead damage. I have like these custom textures for the icons for those all the way up to level 4. So I'm going to make the level 3, 4 of both of these nodes, both of these skills, and then I can assign the textures for them. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how I actually do that in the config, because it's pretty cool. So like I said, guys, I warn you now, this is going to be a very technical stream, but in my opinion, it can also be a very fun stream, because then you're learning a lot. You get to see the behind the scenes of like what makes the servers work, and it's pretty cool stuff. So I'm going to go into, first I'm going to make a new folder. I mean, not make a new folder. I'm going to open my folder, because that way I can always come back here, because the problem is whenever you're changing plugins and messing with plugins, the majority of the time you need to restart the server, so we may have to do that a couple times. However, for this particular thing, I'm actually lucky enough that I can just do a command to reload that plugin, and I don't have to restart the server, so it's really nice. So if I go into plugins, just for those who are curious, if I do /plug-pl, these are the only plugins I have in right now. Protocol lib, I need to update it, but it's fine. Simple Jetpack is a custom plugin I'm working on. I'm working on making a working jetpack in the game. Class Kill, this is a plugin that I made because of the MMO core creates the classes, which I can show you guys here in a little bit. But I wanted the fighter class to be able to either not kill like a builder or a fisherman, or at least be like weakened or something when they fight the person. And so I had to create my own plugin that would do that. And so I created this and I named it Class Kill, because it would essentially, if I'm a fighter and I'm fighting somebody who's not a fighter, I cannot damage them unless I'm an operator. If I'm a server op or an admin or whatever, then I cannot hurt, or then I can hurt them. So it's pretty cool. But either way, I also got Mythic Lib, which is the library to MMO core. Araxin, like I said, is that texture plugin, so I'm not going to worry about those right now. Instead, I'm going to open back my folders. I'm going to go to plugins, MMO core. We need skill trees, and we're going into test, because I can always rename it later. So this is what we're going to be working on right here. I believe you guys can see that, except for I'm probably in the way. So let me move my face. So I'm going to move me. Where am I going to be least in the way at? Okay, so the webcam frame, these two. Can I group? I can. So I'm going to group the folder. Done. Okay, so then I'm going to click on this. Okay, that did not work the way I wanted it to. Okay, so I'm going to click on both my webcam. Oops. My webcam. Click this. I'm going to drag both of these over. I think it'd be least in the way down here. There we go. Just got to fix my thing there. There we go. Cool. All right, perfect. Beautiful. I'm going to move. Whoops. Move you also over here. There we go. I think that's enough out of the way. Okay. I think we're good. I think we're set. Perfect. Beautiful. So, Serengus Jones, welcome to the stream. We're going over creation of the TMC server, which the whole of the Moose SMP was nothing but a trial run of the TMC. So we tried out different elements that we're going to be putting into this server. So it has been a while, but I am back. I am here. I am streaming. Warning, this is a very technical stream, so viewer discretion is advised. So right here, this is the config. Each one of these letters represents a node. So right here, this is the knockback node. If you remember seeing that in game, if I look up skill trees and I go to here, this is this current node right here, the knockback node. So if I minimize this, so it's named knockback. This is the display. So this is where I will actually customize the texture. So if I go down here and we find the PvP damage, you will see right here, PvP damage. These are white concrete with the custom model data. That's how I'm actually assigning the, this is not for the faint of viewer, exactly. So this is, the custom model data is where I'm actually assigning the custom texture. So if you look here in the white concrete, this is where this is in my texture pack, which this is where I'm overriding the white concrete block with my custom model to give me the custom texture of this little cool icon that I made. And so I went into Blockbench, made these items, I made the paths, and I created them as a model, gave them a texture, and then I applied it to white concrete. And so these are actually just white concrete blocks that are retextured and remodeled. And so let me go back to here. And so I'm going to make a new path and a new node, and we're going to make it for the PvP damage since we're already there. So I'm going to be making a PvP damage 3. So if I minimize this, we're on PvP damage 2. So I'm just going to simply copy this, the whole thing. Be very careful with how I place everything. Make a new space, go back, paste. So since this was a 2, I'm going to title it as a 3. Title this as a 3. So that part's done. So we're done there. So here's the next step. So the next step is I need to give it coordinates. This is where it gets a little tricky, guys. So I'm going to pull up this right here. I'm going to go to MMO, look up MMO core. I'm going to go to their wiki page. The reason why I'm going to go to their wiki page is because under skill trees, they have this beautiful, beautiful map right here. This actually gives me the coordinates of what I'm looking for. So I could base it off of this if I am just starting out, but I don't need to use this because I have already a node in a spot. So all I have to do is basing the location off of the already existing node, which right now I believe is a 2-1. I believe is where it is at. So if we look down here, the coordinates, I was wrong. It's 3-2, which if we pull this back up, so 3-2. So right here is where our current node is. So we need to make a path next to it. And then we need to make the level 3 node, or PvP, or player versus player 3, needs to be the next one. So that would mean it would be 5-3. Or I mean 5-2. So if I minimize this, I change this to a 5-2, which means that the path would be a 4-2. Change this to a C2. So let me explain this real fast. So a path 2-1 would look nicer. No, it would. It would look nicer. And so right now, this is just the name of it. Okay, so that's why it's called PvP 3, because that's the actual name of it. This is going to be where we assign the model and texture to give it the texture for the icon. And then this is that path. This is assigning the path between the two nodes. So they do all the behind the scenes work for me with this plugin. Because what making a path does is if I go back into here, you see how these are blocked off? This is the path between these two nodes. If one of these nodes is locked, the path registers as locked. If one of the nodes is unlockable, it registers as unlockable. If one of them is fully locked, like what we're seeing here, then the path is going to show up as fully locked. That's why these are black. And then this is the gray, because it is unlocked. If I go here, same thing here. These are black because they're... So I don't have to go in and change every single texture of each individual item. Instead, I just have to assign the textures for a couple things, and then the plugin does the rest. It's really nice, especially for the paths. All I had to do is make 2 different paths. If I wanted to make a path do an L, like let's say I didn't want anything to be on this corner, instead I wanted there to be a node here and a node here, I would have to make a new texture for that path, because that would be a path that is making a right angle. So, but it's all right. So I am going from C2, because if we go back here, this is C2. I'm making a C3 node here, and then the path is in between C3 and C2, which should be looking just like this. Let me double check. That's a 3. We go over 1, because if we pull this up, it adds a number to the top one if I go to the right. So this should actually be done, except, okay, that is correct. So that means all I would have to do is change this, but first I'm going to test it. So I'm going to save this document, then I'm going to go back to my game, MMO core, reload. Then now, if I go back to skill trees, go to test, we see a new line. Would you look at this? So right here, we see that this is fully locked. So we got to determine, okay, why is it fully locked? There's something messed up, because this should not be fully locked. The reason is because if I go back down to my thing here, I still have a parent requiring this to be C1. I'm going to change this to no longer need a... Actually, still going to need a parent. It's going to need a parent of C2 to be unlocked. So now, if I save that, come back here, whoops, I should be able to do reload, skill trees, go back to here. There you go. Perfect. So the problem I was having was that this was requiring a parent that it was not attached to. It's like, I can't do that because I'm not there. So it was just like really confused. So now we can actually upgrade this, but you can see how it's like a yellow color and not the gray color because it's unlockable instead of unlocked. Thought that was pretty cool. So if I click on this, it is now unlocked. So now I just got to assign the texture. So I'll show you guys how I do that real fast. So first I'm going to open this up. So I would need to go into here. And if we look, this is set for PvP 1, this is PvP 2. So I have to copy this, Control C, go into here, Control V, and then I'm going to add a comma to this one. So now I just have to change these to a 3. Change this to a 3. This to a 3. And this to a 3. And then this is done, but if I tried it, it would still not work. Why? Because, well, in my actual texture pack, these models do not exist. So I have to make those. So if I go into my texture pack, which if I go to models, it should be in here. No, this is not my texture pack. Textures. Models and textures. Okay, so I need a... It's not pulling it up simple, so I gotta do it the old-fashioned way. Go to my .minecraft. Resource packs. I named it test sound because I was messing around with some different sounds. Assets, custom, not sounds, backup, backup. Minecraft models. There we go, perfect. So now inside of custom models, we see here, we got skill tree. Here we go. The custom model data is not changed for level 3 from level 2. Correct. So the custom model data has not changed. So for one, this custom model data is not changed. So I do have to change that. Otherwise, this is still going to assign the texture. I mean, it's only going to assign this texture with these custom model data, which it would then just be like clashing with each other. Because it would not know what to do, because it would be trying to assign 2 different models to the same texture. So that is right. I'm going to have to change that. So I'll do that right now before I forget. So I'll change that to 16, 17, 18, 19. There we go. So that's then fixed. So now if I pull folder back up, so now you can see here we got our beautiful thing here. So you see this is the actual models. So if I open up one of these models, like this one, this is the actual model. So right now I have it assigning, so this is the actual like model itself. This is how Blockbench exports it, and this is how like Minecraft knows what to do. Its parent is a white concrete, and then it's pulling the texture from here, which is also my texture pack. So what I have to do is I right now have to go into my folder. I'm going to copy all of these for PvP2. I'm just going to simply copy them, and then I'm going to paste them. So now we have these new ones that say copy. So I'm just going to go in here, and I'm just going to rename it, get rid of copy, and change this to a 3. Same thing here. Whoop. Get rid of copy, add it to a 3. Whoops. Same exact thing here. I'm going to get rid of the copy. Add a 3. Give it a second. There we go. Get rid of the copy. Add the 3. So now we got the 3, but it's still not going to work. No light. The model's going to work, but the texture could technically work because, well, actually no, for the path it would work because they're the same texture. But this is PvP3. We want it to be the PvP3 icon and not the PvP2 icon. So I now go into here. Right here it says PvP2 node unlocked. I got to change this to a 3. Hit save. And I just got to do the same thing to these others. Fully locked. Change this to a 3. Hit save. Close that one. Minimize. Just got to do this 2 more times. 3 save. X. Minimize. Right here. 3 saved. X. Minimize. Actually, I need to go back here because these were changed. Hit save. So, right now, I am missing one thing. I need to do one more step before this texture will actually work. Because right now, if I go into Minecraft and I reload my textures, we are going to see /skill trees here. We're going to see that this still has a 2. I don't know how well you guys can see it on a stream, but it's the same image. It just has a different number. But right now, both of these still have the number 2. I want y'all to guess. I'm not going to give you guys too much time because I don't want to sit here in silence. But I want you guys to guess. You can start typing it in, send it. There's going to be a little bit of a delay before I actually see what you type. But I want you guys to guess and tell me what you think is the next step or the final step before we have the texture actually working. What am I missing? All right. So, well, I give you guys just a little bit of time, not too much time to write a whole thing. I don't want you guys to have to like write down a long answer. But what I am missing, do some coding. Well, technically, yes, do some coding. But I have to go back to my skill tree and remember how this defined the texture and the model of the skill tree. Currently, this is still set to be the same IDs or custom model data. So right here, like for example, for the white concrete unlocked. So right now we need it to be the unlocked texture, but right now this is set as 1012. What is 1012? Custom model data 1012 is PvP2 unlocked, not PvP3 unlocked. Also, hey Pravathi, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. I warn you, this is a very technical stream as I'm doing behind the scenes server development and management. So right now I am going through plugin configs and YML files. So it's a lot of cool information and a lot of fun stuff, but it is very technical. But we're having fun though. Also, I just realized how white I am because it's a Notepad ++ screen. So I didn't even think about that. By the way, so I need to change the textures in the skill tree to match the textures that I'm needing for the PvP3 node or skill. So first one we were needing was unlocked, which is going to be 16. So if I go down here and change this one to 16, but since I know I'm counting up, I'm going to just follow the pattern that it counts up from there. So I can go 16, 17, 18, 19. That's just because I know how I have it ordered. So the reason why I need 4 different textures is because one texture is if it's locked, one texture is if it's unlockable, another one's if it's unlocked, or if it's fully locked. So it has 4 different states, and I now am assigning textures or models for each individual state. So now if I go back in game and I reload my textures, we will see what has happened. So if I can close my lid, there we go. So now if I go to skill trees and we go here, we will see it is not changed. Why is this not changed? So this is how we actually test things, guys. So this is not, oh, you know why? I know why the texture is not changed. I want you guys to make a quick guess on why you think it is not changed. So what could possibly be the reason? Because we changed all the code in the all the information in the skill tree config file. So why is it not working? Because we didn't reload the config. So it's still using the old config before we made all those changes. So I have to reload the config, then open the skill tree, then click on test, and then voila. I don't know how well you guys can see that, but this is now a 3. So, yes, it is working. So I'm going to go ahead, and that's already unlocked. You didn't save the YML. So you were close. I did save the YML, but I didn't reload the config. I mean the plugin. I didn't reload the plugin to be reading the new YML. So, alright. So PvP damage 3. So that is done. So we just made one. Guys, we just added a new skill to the skill tree. So now I'm going to add the next one, and then we'll be done with an entire path. After we add that one, I will show you guys a little bit about what the class is actually doing and why I have this skill tree. So let me add this one first. I want you guys to kind of like be thinking while I'm doing this. I want you to see if you can actually like do it yourself almost. So like follow along with me, but like in your mind, like try to like guess the next step. So first I'm going to go here. I'm in the test.yml. For the test skill tree, I'm going to copy you. Bring you down here. Paste. Then I'm going to rename you to a 4. Rename you to a 3. Path is also going to be a 3. I need to move this over 2 blocks, remember, because I need to skip where the path is going to go. So instead of going the next block over, because the next slot over is going to be the path. So the path is actually going up by 1. So that'll be a 5. The coordinate of the node is going to be 6. And so I'm going to go ahead and change these so I don't forget. So we stopped at 19, so the first one's going to be 20. So this is going to be 21, 22, and this is going to be 23. So if I do that, we are actually then all done. Oh, nope, we're not. I need to change this to be a V. There we go. Now that's all done. So now I can actually go into the white concrete.json. I can go here, copy this, go down here, paste it again, make sure I add the comma. Then now we change this to be a 20, 21, 22, and then 23. I can also change this to the 4, 4, 4, 4. Save that. That is now done. Look at how fast we're flying through this, guys. Then now I need to open up my folder. Copy the 3. Copy. Paste. So now we got all these 3 copies. I just got to simply remove the copy, change to a 4. Click here. Then whoop. Move the copy, change to a 4. Do this one more time, or 2 more times. Move the copy, change to a 4. Right here on this one. Whoop. Move the copy, change to the 4. Hit save. Whoops, I don't need to hit save because it's a name. So now I just need to go in here and change those YMLs, remember. So if I open this one, change this simply to a 4. Hit save. X. Minimize. Open this one. Change that to a 4. Save. X. Minimize. Open this guy. Change it to a 4, save, X, minimize, click this guy, change it to a 4, save, X, minimize. And then, if we did everything correctly, all I should need to do is reload the plugin, load my textures, and if we did everything correctly, we should have no issues when I go into skill trees, test, scroll over here. Uh-oh. So something went wrong. The texture is correct. The texture is right. But this is in an improper location. So why is this in an improper location? So now let's troubleshoot it. First thing to do is to go to our test.yml. If we look, my coordinate is a 6. If you look at the coordinates here, this is a 5. So that should be not a 6. So that's what I did. So what I did was I made the path to be the same location as the coordinate of the other thing. So if I go here, so that's actually somewhat having a improper texture, but because I made the nodes have a priority model, you don't see it. So that was an oopsie. So this needs to be a 6. This needs to be a 7. Then I'll save that. Go here. Load the config. Open it. Voila! And we're fixed. Just like that. Woo! Same thing. It's like a yellowish color because it's not been used. And if I unlock it, we're good to go. So look at that. We have an entire skill tree and its path good to go. If I go here, and I think if I open it again, yeah, it's puts me back at the beginning. That's fine, because I'm not going much further than this. If I was doing like a really long skill tree, I may have it like go up and down a little bit more, instead of like making it go across or something like that. But either way, yeah. So anywho, I thought that was really cool. So like I said, since I got that done, let me show you something. So if I do MMO core, admin, reset all, Mr. Fisher Mooser, gonna reset my everything. So I have no class. I am just a regular player on the server. We go into rival. Regular player running around. Takes me a good minute to punch blocks. Normal speed, normal everything, right? You notice I have 1 level right here. That is actually my experience. So if I do MMO core admin, XP, give me main 5,000. So I'm going to give myself 5,000 XP to speed up the process. So if I do that, I'm now level 6. See, it says, you can see in the chat, you have reached level 6. Reach level 9. If I do it again, oh, look at this. You have reached level 10. Choose a path by using /class. So if I use /class, look, we now have a fighter. The fighter is a master in the art of combat. He faces his foes in a head-on battle to the death, where he comes out on top. Subclass. So, in fact, my class is going to have subclasses, but like I said, think of these more of like a professions. So if my occupation is a fighter, I can then subclass into my my profession of warrior, assassin, tank, and archer. So I thought that was really cool. And so stats, attack speed, max health, max mana, PvE, man. So all that is just kind of like placeholder for now. If I click this guy, I confirm. Also, don't worry about the jetpack thing. That's because I was messing around with stuff for the jetpack. So I am now a fighter. Doesn't really do much of anything at the moment. Like I said, a lot of the stuff is still placeholder. But if I give myself more XP, so it resets me back to level 1 because I'm now a level 1 fighter. But I now am level 5. Choose a profession by using /class. So I actually get to choose a profession now, or one of the subclasses, which the only one I have like actually done a lot of work on is tank. So the tank excuse me. The tank packs a powerful punch. He may be slow, but makes up for it with greater health and powerful blows. This is programmed with a plugin-based server. With scripts. Hold on. Let me pop out the chat because I got a weird thing that like blocks half of the text you guys are sending. There we go. Is this a programmed with script, or is it mainly used a plugin-based server? This is a plugin. This is a Spigot server that I'm working on. So all of these are Spigot plugins. And so it's using Java. However, some of the plugins I'm going to be using does use scripts. For example, this is using MMO Core. MMO Core is also like a paired plugin with MMO items, which with MMO Core and MMO items, I can set abilities and spells, which is then script based. And so then I will then run scripts to then run it. Same with, I'm going to be using mythic mobs to get bosses and other entities and mobs, which will also have abilities and spells and powers and stuff. That will also be script based. But if you're asking if it's like a bedrock script or like a data pack, no, this is a script. This is a Java plugin, Spigot plugin, bucket plugin server that I'm working on. But anyway, guys, so tank, as you can see here, you get plus scale. Scale was added in Minecraft 1.20. Scale, actually may have been 1.20.5 it was added. But scale, actually, you can make yourself bigger. So it increases your scale, increases your block and entity interaction range, which is really cool. No problem, Carter. Welcome to the stream, by the way. Knockback resistance, but you get negative movement speed. So if I actually click on this and choose it, oh, did you see that? I actually grew. So if I stand over here, I am over 2 blocks tall, and I'm like twice as big. So I'm like a muscular tank. So I actually look big, and so it's pretty cool. So I'm a tank that actually looks pretty big. However, I'm actually a little bit slower. And if you look at my health is slowly going up because I now have 48 health, and then my actual health bar is actually percentage based on my actual health. So right now you see I'm not quite to 48, and so this is not quite full. So I thought that was a really cool touch that the plugin developer did. It's like, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. So this is just Origins with a non-modded environment. So Carter, if you want to like get a scope on what type of server I'm working on, it's a custom one. It's going to include a lot of elements. So I know a tiny bit about Origins, but not a whole lot. It's going to be incorporating a bunch of different stuff from different types of servers, because my goal with this server is a place where players from any play style can come and enjoy playing Minecraft with their friends. So if you look in the description of this live stream, I left a brief description of what the TMC or the Moose Chronicles is. But in the majority, it's an RPG server, but with more of you being able to create your own story as opposed to following another role in that story. There's the overall story of the server and the lore of the server that progresses, but overall you'll be playing, creating your own story. And so it's got a bunch of elements for everything. So to say it's just like blank, you can't quite do that, because it has items from that, yes. So it's going to have some things that are going to be similar to Origins. It's going to have something similar to Lifesteal, something similar to the Dream SMP, custom stuff. Like, it's going to have a bunch of different stuff combined. Now, essentially, I looked at servers and looked at what worked, and I'm including what worked into mine. But yeah. And so the health thing, absolutely amazing. It's great. But now I actually have access to skill trees. So that's probably something I'll also put in, like the little message that pops up. Like right here was me testing a message thing. I will probably then say like, upon switching to this class or any of the subclasses will say, hey, you've unlocked skill trees. Because the goal is then I would unlock, I got a MMO core reload real fast because I changed some stuff. So if I do skill trees, now I have access to skill trees. So pretty cool. I'm excited to see how you'll be able to implement all these features into the server. I'll enjoy this server real quick. Yes, sure. Awesome, Carter. It's a lot of cool stuff. It's something. This has been a project that's been in the works for probably about 6-ish years now. Every time I would start working on it, something would come up. First it was college, then work, and then I'm getting married here in October. And so a bunch of stuff is like big life important priority things that I have to put before this, because I'm not making any money from this right now. And whenever I do get it finished, how much time before I could make money from this is going to be a long time, but also all the money that I get from that's going to be put right back into the server to be able to progress the server itself. So as far as like me being able to make money from it to where I can work on it full time, I can't do that. But we did a bunch of stuff with other SMP type servers trying to implement some different features as like trial runs, which I called the Moose SMP. We had a lot of fun with that. It was essentially like my own version of a Dream SMP type thing, and it was a lot of fun. Another thing you could kind of incorporate into this server is D&D in a way. Incorporate some of that in here. But also, and then yes, thanks for the congratulations. But otherwise, so yeah, we got skill tree here, which is pretty cool. Right now you're seeing that spam because every time I close an inventory, it's going to check if I have a jetpack, which that is still a work in progress plugin, which I'm looking at actually adding jetpack, so air PvP. For those of you who don't know, I'm a moderator for a Minecraft server that has jetpacks in it, and the PvP with that is actually really unique and really cool. And so I thought about making my own jetpack plugin and then adding something similar to that, because I've always been fascinated with being able to have air PvP inside of Minecraft some way ever since the Elytras came out. Ever since the Elytras came out, I was like, there has to be something cool. Because like I'm picturing like people flying down on wingsuits and jetpacks and Elytras, just like either shooting bows, dropping potions, you know, making it like that's a very cool PvP thing that can be used that doesn't get used a lot. And so right now it's mainly just transportation, but there's something that can be done there. And so I'm going to try to look for different ways to do that. So one of them is going to be adding a jetpack down the road. But so that could be like another subclass potentially, or like like a sub subclass. So like maybe have to be like a scout level blank to then like multi-class into something. I don't know. So there's a lot of like really cool ideas that are still being thrown into this stuff, but either way, there's that. But also, if you guys notice, I actually mine blocks a little bit faster because I can change different attributes of my player. So I do walk slower. I also punch a little bit harder. So I go over here and punch the zombie, which is now tiny. I deal 1.3 damage. Also, check out this reach. I can punch from 4 blocks away. So I can change basic attributes of Minecraft with the classes. Let me just make it day so I don't have these guys on my back. In fact, I would just go into creative for now. So, if I pull up this real fast, this is the tank class. So this is the actual class for the tank, and I can add a ton of stuff with this. Like MMO Core and MMO, their entire series of plugins. They have MMO Core, MMO Items, MMO Inventory, MMO Profiles. So just like on Winecraft, how you can have like different profiles that you can join with. I could do that. I'm not going to do that, but I could, which is insane. But either way, so this is the class. It's called Tank. Here's just the lore and stuff for it. An EXP curve, or all this experience curve does is it assigns the levels, which is in a EXP curve config, which all that does is, for example, the amount of XP needed. So like, for example, level 1 may take 10 XP, level 2 may take 20, and it counts up. That progress can be different per class. It could be different per thing. Like, for example, like if I'm fishing, I may want to like level up fishing differently than how I level up with my fighter class or something. And so I can like actually change how I want that to go, which is really cool. Right now I'm gonna have the max level 50, so before the server opens, I'm gonna try to get all the classes to have quests, to have items, to have abilities, and have everything essentially to where a player can play up to level 50 before essentially maxing out their character. But there's still going to be stuff to do on the server as far as like exploration and other cool things. But I'm going to try to do it up to level 50. That way I can at least have it done to a point where I can then start having players play on it and play for a while as we're adding updates. These are the skill trees. I have the fighter in test right now. Test will be eventually the new fighter. This is the XP table. In other words, this is a way to have awards per leveling up. I can have skills, which skills or abilities, spells, whatever you want to call them, stuff like that. So I can add custom spells using some sort of like a script, like a JSON script, which is really cool. This is the mana for like activating spells and stuff. As a fighter, is actually activates upon dealing, like I deal damage, my mana bar grows, as opposed to having mana and then losing it whenever I use something. Particles, so this is all to do with spell casting. This is to do with spell casting. These are the actual attributes. So every time I level up, these are going to go up. This is the base I start out with whenever I level up. And so technically when you level up, you become game mode survival. I become a level 5. The reason for this is because I'm a level 1 fighter, but then when I subclass from a level 5 fighter, I'm subclassing. So I'm not going down any more levels. Like from human to fighter, I reset from 10 back to 1. I don't reset because I'm subclassing instead of changing my class. And so I'm a level 5 tank when I become tank, essentially. And so that's why I have 48 health, because it goes up by that. And then max mana, max regeneration. Let's see. So I can also do, so this is per level, then this is base. So scale, this is how big I am. This does not change per level, so that's why I named this all down here. None of these change per level. this is my actual skill, which I'm not really using any of my skills right now. Because I just don't have it set up, but I could set it up. Like right now, I think I'm able to do /skills. Yeah, so skills. I have Firestorm. I need to do this. So there we go. Firestorm. Left click to bind, right click to unbind, shift click to select. Okay, so if I do, hold on, I need to get which command it is. I disabled some of this stuff because I wasn't using it, but now I'm going to be using some of it. I just got to re-add it, so I just need to re-add. Essentially, it's F, but I, like, changed that keybind, so let's actually, hold on, maybe, yeah, so I'll have to go and change it. It's not that big of a deal. Yeah. So either way, I can change base damage, or this is also for the skill. This is how I'm getting XP. So I can actually get a new source from here. Like, this is just really cool stuff. The amount of stuff you can do with this plugin is insane. So, but either way, this is all for the tank class. Which I'm getting the tank class done first because it was going to be the easiest. And so now we're almost done with it, really. Main thing I have to do is finish the skill tree, do a couple balancing changes, fill in some of the placeholders like lore and other stuff like that. Like right now, if I go here, all this information I don't think is necessary. Right now, it tells me the current state. That's necessary. The current level, which I don't really need at all. Because it doesn't really because the current level I think is like the level required for it, I think. The max level, which I think if I upgraded it again, actually it would increase. Like this one. Yeah, so I'm not even sure what that is. You're so smart, Moose. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure about that, but anywho. So if I go back here, nope. Okay. So yeah, so like max level, I mean, yeah, that's probably useful. The max children, you don't really need to see that on there. The max children just tells you how many, like, yeah, that could be useful, but for what I'm using it for, not needed. So I may get rid of that and just like have in the lore say you can only choose one path from here or something, or like doing this will lock blank. You know, like, if you unlock this, it will lock these two or something like that. Points required, that's probably a useful one. I could also probably change the font and color of it a little bit to make it a little bit more aesthetically pleasing. The size, I don't know why the size is there. I think technically I can make it, instead of taking up one square, I can make it take up more squares. But I don't need that to be there, so why is that in the lore? I'm not sure. It just is, so it's alright. Requirements, probably don't need that because it's kind of self-explanatory and using the paths. So I could maybe get rid of that. Soft parents, I don't have any, so I can get rid of that. A lot of this is like they put all of it on there for the default, so you can copy and paste and then just take away what you don't want. I just have kept doing it. And then like mana regen, so that's actually what it's doing because I haven't changed what they actually do. So currently this does not give me speed or give me any sort of a speed boost at all. But anyway, my plan with like the damage and stuff is max out at doing 20% more damage. So that's why I have 4. So each one of these is going to add a 5% damage buff. And so total maxing out at a 20%. Which, how you get the skill tree points to this is to be determined. Like, more than likely it's going to be done through quests, which could be anything from slaying a boss, unlocking an area, doing a quest, you know, whatever. And then you would get a skill tree point from doing that. Getting a skill tree points. Like, currently, these each require 5 skill tree points to unlock. And so once you get all of them, so like, I may probably have it essentially planned out to where you have to be level 50 to get past like PvP 2 or something. So that could be where these require more, or I just make getting a skill tree point harder, like a really hard thing, like you have to defeat like a boss to get a skill tree point, And so in other words, you would have to defeat 5 bosses to upgrade 5%, maxing out at 20% extra damage. So that's probably what I'll wind up doing, because to me that sounds pretty fair and also pretty fun. Let's see. Okay. And so, yeah. So I'm fairly close to being done with this, which this was like the hardest part, is starting it, because now this is the first one I was doing. Once I get it done, then I have a base plate that I can reference from. Like, okay, when I make this, how powerful is it to this? And I'm gonna try to like have the other fighter classes kind of be like each other's counter. Like, for example, I made the tank slow. Yes, he has more health, but if the archer can just like sit and just bow spam him and then run away because the archer's faster, well, then we're gonna have a problem. So I may make it where a tank is immune to arrows or something, to where you have to go in melee, which would then make the like a fighter class or a fighter or whatever, or kind of like the average guy. So it's the whole thing is fighter, but I'm gonna have the subclass. Can't remember what the subclass was off the top of my head. If I do /class, yeah, I don't remember off the top of my head. But essentially, there's like a archer. I think I was gonna add alchemist. Like, I can always add more subclasses in classes and stuff, which is the cool part. Which I'm also gonna be adding a way to where like once you reach like level 30, if right now I'm gonna have the max be 50, once you get like level 30, it will unlock a cool like quest that you can do to obtain a essentially like an undo point, because I can give somebody the ability to choose a new class, so that way they can change their class completely. They lose all of their stuff, but like let's say they're bored or whatever, it'll, like, give them that choice. And so I may like have a way to do that, but either way, we're on the right track. And so next part is to add the nodes and textures for the player versus entity, and then I also have some for undead, I believe. And so I'm gonna do that. And so I'll probably only add 2 levels. I technically made 4, but I'll probably only add 2, because technically if I do player versus entity plus that would mean if you can do 20% damage to entities, or 20% damage buff to entities plus 20% damage buff to undead, that would then mean that you're doing 40% more damage on undead creatures, which is absolutely insane. Ooh, here's a thought. What if I did that as a branch from the PvP? That way, you're not doing like no, because that's essentially then allowing you to upgrade both player versus entity and because the majority of mobs are undead. At least, you know, like the ones you'll probably be fighting. Like if I make custom ones and stuff, more than likely they'll just be a remodeled something, right? Probably an undead. And so so yeah, I'll probably just add 2. So you can have 10% extra damage, which would then allow you 30% damage buff towards undead. I think I'm okay with that. So I may only add like 2 levels. I'm not sure what I would then add as like an extra 2 for whatever for PvP. Maybe like another speed thing, since if you're going the PvP route, you're not gaining the speed and knockback route. So I could do like a small knockback and speed boost or something. Essentially if you've maxed it out, then you can add the other 2. I think that's what I'll do. Because like right now, let me actually pull this up. Downloads. So this is what I've got going right now. So the plan was to have these go back down into this, but instead I'm just going to have this continue straight, and then these gray paths will not be there. And so each 3 of those paths are just going to continue straight, but I can add off of them. So yeah, I'll probably do that. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to go ahead and add the PvE stuff. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. So if I minimize all this, go up to here, go into the test.yml. So now if I scroll up just a bit, I'm going to need to find the PvE damage too, and then copy it. Control C. See if we can do this whole thing in one run. Okay, so this is instead of a B2, it's going to be a B3. This changes to a B2. This changes to a B2. The path needs to go one more than this. So this is going to be a 4. And this is going to be a 5. So that should be good. I'll assign the textures after. Actually, I can kind of do that right now, because I'm going to then copy these. Again, I'm going to copy this one. I'm going to go down here. Boom, boom. Paste this back in. Change this to a B4. Change this to a B3. Change this to a B3. This is going to be changed to a 6, and then this a 7. So then, I also got to change these. This one is a 3. And this one is a 4. Beautiful. So now I'm just going to go ahead and hit save. I'm going to go to my white concrete. So right now we got the PvPs. I'm just going to copy all of this. Copy it. Go down to paste it. I need to make sure I put a comma at that other one though, which is right here. Comma. Now I just gotta change this to a PvE. Oops. PvE. Oops. Okay, E. Oops. Okay, E. I just gotta do this for all of them. Okay. Beautiful. So now I need to change these, which is going to start at a 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 2, 3. I want to see if I can't do all of this in one go and it not break. 37, 38, 39. So this is starting at 24. I'm going to go ahead and hit save. So if we go back here, go back to the first one. You know, it starts at 24. So if I go 0, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 0, 31. Okay, down here. That's right, isn't it? I'm second guessing myself. I feel like I skipped something. Hold on. B1, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. So yeah, I'm right. I got it. Yep. We're good. It's 31. Oops. 1, 0, 32. 1, 0, 33. 1, 0, 34. Oops. 1, 0, 35. 0, 36. Whoops. 6. 0, 37. 0, 38. 1, 0, 39. Awesome. So that's set. Now I just got to change the item because it is the wrong item, which is a lot quicker. All these have to be white concrete. Awesome. Let's save. So that's done. So the test is done. Skill tree. What is this? Okay, this is the skill tree GUI, right? Yeah, so I don't need this out. Okay, so now I gotta assign the actual textures. So I open. Wait a second. Oops. Okay, so I don't need downloads open. So inside of this skill tree, though, I gotta copy all of these. Control C. Control V. Oh, that's gonna be kind of annoying. But we got this. First one is here. Whoops. Did not mean to double click that. Is there a hotkey to rename it? Yeah, so if I hover over that rename. F2. So I click this. Click F2. Beautiful. Delete this. Change this to a PVE. Okay. And click this. F2. Do that. Change this to a PVE. And then F2. PVE. F2. Change this also to a PVE. Okay, next copy. Change this also to a PVE. Almost there, guys. That to PVE. And then boom. Oh. Nope, not that much. Change this. PVE. This is still a lot quicker than trying to make a new one each time. Change that to an E. Option 2. Change that to a PVE. We're almost done because we're on number 3. Gotta go to number 4. E. Look at that, we just got a few more. Boom. Change this to an E. Change that to an E. Alright, as I'm doing this, guys, out of curiosity, do y'all have any initial questions about the TMC Minecraft server that is coming soon? Hopefully before summer of next year. I'm thinking I can have it up by spring. Maybe. That's pushing it because I'm getting married and stuff. So it may be summer, but we'll see. We'll see. That's it. We're done. Almost. We're just gonna back up here. Open the PVE1. Change that to a PVE. Save. Close. Minimize. Right here. Change this to a PVE. Save. Close. Minimize. Go up here, change this to an E, save, closed, minimize. Next one to a E, save, closed, minimize. Next, change this to an E, save, closed, minimize. Next, change this to an E, save, closed, minimize. Guys, I'm thinking we might be able to get this done in one run without having any problems. I really think. E, save, closed, minimize. So an E, save, closed, minimize. Change this to an E, save, closed, minimize. Just to an E, save, closed, minimize. This one to an E, save, closed, minimize. This one to an E, save, closed, minimize. We are almost done. Click this. Change this to an E, save, closed, minimize. Click this one, change it to an E, save, closed, minimize. Last one, E, save, closed, minimize. Go here, reset textures. Guys, I think we got it. I think we got it. Slash MMO core, reload, skill trees, test. Uh-oh. We have one error. One. And it's the very first one. It's currently locked. Okay, so we gotta unlock it. So I gotta unlock it first. So I gotta do slash MMO core admin skill tree points, give, inspiration booster. Let's just do 50 test. So let's see if it's just that state. Okay, so it's not just that state. So I gotta go here. So it's the very first one, naturally. White concrete, white concrete, white concrete. So this is all correct. That's white concrete. So let me check for here. So I need to find PVE 1. 24, 25, 26, 27. Go here. Oops. Go here. 24, 25, 26, 27. So that is all correct. And then also, by the way, the way you can tell whether it's the model or the texture is right now, it is the correct shape. So right now the model is assigning correctly. It is the texture which is not assigning correctly. So somewhere there's something not right with the actual texture. So if I go ahead and go to here, and I look at PVE1, fully locked real fast. PVE1 node fully locked. So that one looks correct. Let me open up the locked. PVE1 node locked. So yes, so the names look correct. So what that means is I probably have one of these guys. Models, textures. Okay, so this is also not my texture pack, which is slightly annoying. So I need to go to here, copy address, go here, paste, enter, go to Minecraft, textures, item, custom, skill tree. So PVE, I see. So for the locked and unlockable, I didn't put node. So I need to rename this, say PVE node locked. And this one also right here is incorrectly named. So I need to go to here. PVE1 node unlocked. Where's another? So then PvP PVE1 node unlocked, PVE1 node fully locked, node PVE1 locked. So that's locked, fully locked, unlocked, unlockable. So these should now, except for this one, this one needs to be renamed to also have node. So then that should be set. So now if I go back to here, F3T. So now if I go back to skill trees, to here, aha! So actually it is now working. Yay! That's 1, 2, 3, and that's 4. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, so PvE, the unlocked, is messed up. Ah, okay, so this one, PvE3 node unlocked. So unlockable worked, unlocked is not because the title node unlocked. So this needs to be PE3. So that will change itself in a second. This is the same way. PE. Click off of that. Same one's gonna be here. Okay, so that I think should have fixed it. Yep, perfect. Yay, it has worked. So now if I go, I'm going to core, admin, reset, skill trees, Mr. Fisher Mooser, mess up this, reload, then open up skill trees. You'll see that this is still working, except these are all giving the, I want to test this. Oh, so I have numbers slightly off. That's funny. Okay, so I just have the unlockable and locked backwards, which that is a simple fix because that's in here. So I could change it in here, but I'm going to change it inside of test. So look like all of them perhaps had that problem. 24, 25, 26, 27. So let me check this. It's down here for the C's. And oh, that's why 8, 9, 10. So I counted the wrong direction. So yeah, that's kind of funny. So B1 is 24, 25, 26, 28, 29, 30, 32, 33, 34, 36, 37, 38. There we go. Save. Hit this F3T. Alrighty. Alright. Awesome. Now if we do skill, what? Not skills. Do skill trees. There we go. Test. There we go. Why is this one still backwards? Oh, wait. There we go. So that one's unlocked. Click this. This. Click this. Beautiful. I love it. It's working. It's working. Alright. So, this would mean that all I would have left is to go ahead and add my undead. And I think that's it, apart from I would have to make textures for the speed, which I'm actually contemplating not making textures for like the speed. So like, for example, if I show you, if I reset my skill tree, whoops, myself, points, reload, skill trees, because if I unlock it, this being a shield, I think is pretty cool. And that would make me think of knockback resistance. And then this being sugar, that makes sense to me. It would just be then buying this, and this would be speed 2. Where are you? Okay, so the fully locked as well is messed up, it seems. Be PvE2. Wait. That's PvE2 fully locked. Unlocked. It's one. Is there not one? Hold up. So yeah, that's undead. Okay. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. What? I do not have a fully locked. Oh, that's slightly annoying. I somehow do not have a fully locked PvE2. I don't. That's an easy thing to make though. Yeah, I don't. That's kind of funny. Okay, simple fix. Okay. I just need to add the PvP2 unlocked node. I'm going to copy it. So I need PvP2 unlocked. Drag that in here. And then I'm going to copy it or duplicate it. Rename it. To fully locked. Confirm. Delete this. And then I need to... Oops. Okay, so this has been assigned. Let me double check it in here in the GUI. Okay, that's good. Gotta paint. Then, all I gotta do now is change the opacity of this. I'm gonna change it down to about a 71 size. That's fine. Got a black color. Got 1, 2, 3, 4. Beautiful. Then now I just hit save. This is gonna save it to. We don't want it to save the models. We want it to be the textures. Save. That's just making sure I know about all that. If I minimize this, now I have a PvE 2 somewhere in here. I'm gonna have the PvE 2 fully locked. It's gonna be at the bottom or something. Control, oops. F PvE 2. Allow. Or did it save it to this one somehow? Oops. Okay, so let me go to skill tree. So the JSONs. Back. Oh, because this is, oh, okay, I'm dumb. Gotta add this, look, find textures. Welcome Crash Gaming to the stream. There we go, perfect. I just need to copy skill tree, paste, close out of this, F3 and T, and we're done, just like that. Now if I go to skill trees, and we're back in business. Looks a tiny bit darker. Oh, because I used a gray instead of a black, but that's fine. It's not really that noticeable, in my opinion. Beautiful, beautiful. I think we are good to go. Because, yeah, technically what I did for this was I used a gray. 1, 2, 3, 4. Which I think it was a darker gray than that, but it's whatever. Discard all changes. I don't need those changes. Woo! Look at that, guys. We are done with 2 paths. Now, I can add the undead if I want. But I'm not sure. Because this would be knockback 1, speed 2, knockback 2. And probably like a speed 3 would be all that I would pick here. And so I was going to add 2 PvE to this. I still need to think. Actually, I was going to add the remaining speed to this one. But then I would need this to actually be adding more stuff. Or I get rid of speed 2 here. So I go here, it makes me choose one of these two paths, and then this one ventures into two different things. Skill tree, shouldn't there be branches of skills? Yes, except for I'm kind of limited in what I can do because of a very annoying bug with the plugin, and that is I can't make two nodes incompatible with each other. For example, let's say these were two different branches, and I want each of the player to be able to upgrade the level 1, but if they upgrade a level 2, it would then turn off the level 2 of the other one of these. Therefore, but I can't do that because I can't make the two incompatible with each other. So what I did with this tree is that I gave this the ability to only have one child, which these are childs to this. So if it can only have one child, if I choose one of these, it's going to automatically block the other one, which is why these two paths are blocked, is because this is here. However, here's what I'm thinking. If I remove the speed 2 from here, and I allow you to upgrade speed based off of PvP and then undead damage from PvE, I can then also kind of like make it kind of go back down into here and make it look more like a branch. So I think that would actually help. So I think I'm actually going to do that. So I'm going to get rid of the speed 2, and it would stop with just speed. And then I will add like a branch here and a branch here, and then this would also kind of like go down in between, which I think that would actually look pretty cool. So if I go down 1, 2, let me think. So if this one goes up here, this one goes down, this one goes up, I would have to have an extra one somewhere. I would say I would want PvE to be first. So I will replace speed 2 with an undead 1. Yes. So I'm going to try that real fast. I'm going to try that. So I'm going to go into here. So I'm replacing speed 2, which is here. And I'm going to copy this. Oops. I'm going to copy the whole thing here. This is all for speed 2. And I'm going to cut it. Then I'm going to go all the way down past C. I'm going to add a couple lines. I'm going to go paste it. Okay, here's A4, and then I'm going to put right here. Uh-oh, I just heard a thing. Hey, thanks Craft for the $1. Awesome. Thank you, sir. I almost didn't hear that. I had my volume too low for that. Awesome. Thank you, man, for the $1. It means a lot. I'm going to add a comment right here. Hold on, where's it at? There we go. So, this is going to be undead. Undead damage. I'm going to change this to a D1. Its coordinate is actually going to be based off of PvE, which is B. I'm going to change this to a B2. Because if we look, this is going to be node B2. And I'm going to make it a path from this. The path will be right here and go into this block. So this would need to be a, look at my chart. The number goes up. So up. So this is going to be a -1. And then wherever this is actually. Did I just hear another $1? Hey, a $5. Thank you, Crash, for the 5. Thank you, sir. Means a lot. I think I'm almost done with this too. I'm actually really excited. Okay, so B2. So B2 is gonna extend from a path, which was the same as the coordinate that I'm on. So this needs to be a 3, but the y is a -1. This is going to be a 3, and this is going to stay the same. It's going to stay where it's at. I'm going to change this for the time being, just so I can know it's different. Actually, this would be a blue concrete. I'm not going to assign the texture right now until after. So this should be set. I just need to change this name. This is going to be undead damage 1. So then if I hit save, right now we're just going to test if I put it in the right spot. Need to do quarter load, skill trees, click this. Yeah, look at that. So if I click up here, it's going to block this, but it's currently blocking this right now. Until, I forgot to change the parent. Whoops. The parent needs a strong A2 to be 1. For now, actually, change this to an A. B4 needs to be a 1. Which means I have to upgrade the whole thing fully. So if I reload again, skill trees, go back here. So right now it is locked. Requires PV damage 4 to be 1. So I cannot unlock this just yet. It's locked because I need this to be unlocked. So do this one, do this one. I can now do this one. Yeah. Awesome. So I can now unlock this one. So that's going to be there. I'm going to make the next one to be speed, which will be here. So I need to add another one for speed 2. Yeah. So I need to go into here. Oh, no, not there. This, and I'm going to copy. Which one do I want to copy for this? I'm going to copy PvP damage 3 for this one. So let me get PvP damage 3, which is this one. Copy. I'm going to do several lines. I'm going to paste. And then I'm just going to add one more line for safety. Whoops. And I'm going to add my several hashtags here. And then this is going to be speed. So I technically think I have a speed. So if I look under A, what is A under? I think A may be under speed. No. Okay. It's called PvE damage, but this is not correct. I'm going to call this start. So I scroll all the way back down. There we go, speed. So I'm going to change this to be speed 2. This is going to be A, B, C, D, E 1. Its path is based off of a C3. It's going to stay in the same spot, but this is actually going to be a 1. Yes. The coordinate here is going to be a 0. This is going to be a 4. Parent is going to be a strong C4-1. Save. I'm, once again, just for the time being, locked is going to be gray concrete. This is going to be blue concrete. It's going to be black concrete. And then this is going to be unlocked is going to be, oh wait, it's called lime concrete. Change this to a 0, 0, 0, 0. Save, game. There we go. Skill trees. Did a slight uh-oh in the math. Whoops. We changed the X accidentally, and I meant to change the Y. So this should not have moved. So if I go back in here, we need this to be a 5 and this to be a 5. Save. There we go. Next one is going to be Undead 2. So this is going to be based off of PvE 4. So if I go up here and find PvE 4, copy, I'm going to go down to undead damage, which is right here. Got a couple lines, go back, paste, change this to a D2. This is going to be undead damage 2. And then it's going to, first let me change this to a D1. Is a strong D1. But I'm also gonna add, needs a strong B4:1. So it needs both of those. I don't think I actually need that, so I'm just gonna say it needs D1 and see what that does. Okay, so I do not want to change the X except for the path is going to be a 7. This just needs to go from a -2 to be a -1, and then this needs to be a 0. I'm going to change these. And then this is going to be locked, is going to be gray concrete. Lockable is going to be blue whoa, that is not what I wanted. Blue concrete. Unlocked is going to be lime concrete. Fully locked is going to be black concrete. Save. This should. Yeah. Look at that, it is currently unlockable. So if I do that, we're good to go. Now to test this, I'm gonna reset my skills. Give me the skill points. Reload. Skill tree. Right now, these are all locked. Upgrade, upgrade, upgrade. I can only choose one path. I'm gonna choose this one. This is now fully locked. Upgrade, upgrade, upgrade. Yeah, it works. Yay. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Happy news, moose noises indeed. Okay, so I'm gonna go to here real fast. Okay, I think we're good. Awesome. I like it when something works out. Okay, so now we gotta add the last speed, but where am I gonna add that where it's not gonna look weird? I mean, I could add it right here. Nah, I guess I wouldn't look that weird. I'll just come off of this one. Just go to the right. Yeah, I wouldn't look that weird. Yeah, that should look fine. Unless I wanted to come back from here, which could be interesting. I think I'd rather come off of this one. So yeah, they can just click that and click that. So yeah, I'm going to do that. So I'm going to go off of PvP, which is C4. So if I go to here, so I'm going to go up and then copy C4. I'm going to find my speed. 1, 2, go back, paste. Change this from a C4 to an E2. Change this to a speed 1, 2, 3. Go ahead and change these real quick. Change, this is locked, so this is a gray. This is blue. This is lime, and then this is black. Okay, so the path, the Y is going to stay the same, but the X is going to change. This is going to go up by 1, and then this is going to go up by 2. There we go. And this is going to have a strong dependent on E1. And the paths is going to be from C4. Save. Go here. Reload. Skill trees. Boom. Yeah. So let me reset myself again. Do skill trees. Test. I'd add like a hidden thing right here that requires either of these. Which I think, would that be doing it as a soft apparent? One of the requirements, so yeah. That could be kind of funny. Getting it would like unlock an item or something. Excuse me, so be 0. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So 15, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So 22, let's test that. So if I go to here, I'm just going to add several spaces for this because it's a test. So I'm going to name this, whoops, no. Name this test. I'm going to name this gold. Coordinates is going to be 22. It's not going to have any paths. But it is going to require a soft D2 or an E2 1. It's going to cost a 25 points. And then this is going to be called it's going to call it trophy. Unlocked, I'm just going to do gold underscore block. Save. Let's try this out. Hey, we found it. Cool. Cool. That's like for an in-game thing, because it's going to take a while to get to that. So that means the prize behind it would have to be something pretty big. That could be like a rank. I think that'd be a cool thing for a rank. Like literally the opposite of a pay to win, because you would be like getting a rank for free. Awesome. Cool stuff. Cool stuff. Whoops. Da da da. Oh, we got a lot of new people that also joined the Discord, which is cool. I'm gonna wave. Okay, awesome. Alright. Let me just make sure I'm checking my messages as well, by the way. Okay. Oh. Alright. So now if I go to skill trees, let's see where I'm at. Probably first thing is to, oh wait, hold on. This is not right. So PvE3 is currently giving the 3 fully locked. So I forgot to change that. That's funny. Glad I caught that. So PvE3 fully locked. Did not get changed. Save. Minimize. I probably would have never noticed that too. there we go. So I just need to assign 2 textures for these two, actually, which is not that bad at all. So undead 1 and undead 2. So that means if I go here, actually no, I need to go here. You go to white concrete. I just need to copy 2 of these. Paste. Actually, I need more than that. It is 1 item. No, it's 2 levels, so I actually need to copy 2 of these. So I need to add a comma here. Oops, no, a comma here. Paste. For 3. So, however, I can change this because this is going to be a undead, which if I check, this just assigns this, but I'm going to see what I named it. I just named it undead to node. Okay. So this would be undead 1. Undead 1. Undead 1. Undead 1. Undead 1. Undead 1. Actually, no, this would be undead 2. There we go. Starting here, this is gonna have to change from a 39 to a 40. 41. 42. 43. 44. 45. 46. 47. So I'm going to go ahead and assign those in the other thing. So starting with 40. So that's 40, 0, 41, 0, 42, 0, 43, 0, 44, 0, 45, 0, 46, and 0, 47. Save. Double check it. 47 is the last. Awesome. Now I need to go here. I need to copy. Okay. I just need to copy a 1, 2, 3, and 4 of each. Slightly annoying, that's not that bad. So I need to copy a 1, and a... Actually, if I just do this... Yes, I just need this, because I only have 2 of them, so I just need to copy this. Copy. Paste. Control Z. If I just do this, I can copy, paste. There we go. If I click on this one, hit rename. I'm just going to name this one Undead 1. Undead 2. Actually, no, hold on. Undead 1. Undead 1. Why is there 2? Oh, because there's a PvE. Whoops. Okay, so I got an unlocked... Oh, I see what I did. Whoops. So let me actually just delete these real fast because I did that wrong. So I just need to go up here and find a PvP 1, PvP 1, PvP 1, PvP 1. Control C, Control V. That right? Yes, that's right. Okay. Function 2, remove the copy. Change this to an undead. Do this. Change this to an undead. Like this. Remove the copy. Change this. Click this. Remove the copy. Change this. Okay, and then I'm going to go into unlocked. I should be able to just do undead, save, close, minimize, click this to an undead, save, closed, minimized, undead, saved, closed, minimized, click this. Undead, saved, closed, minimized. So then I'm going to copy this, paste, function 2, get rid of copy, change this to a 2, click on this, get rid of copy, change this to a 2, get rid of copy, change this to a 2, get rid of the copy, change this to a 2. Beautiful. Da da da. So then I'm going to go into the 2, change this to a 2, save, closed, minimized. Into here, change this to a 2, saved, closed, minimized. Go into here, change this to a 2, saved, closed, minimized. Go into here and then change this to a 2, saved, closed, minimize, and that should be done. So then if I do function T, no, F3 and T, no, there we go. Then first I'm going to go ahead and reset, give myself 50, reload, and then that should mean I can go into skill trees, go here. Okay, so that is not working. Why? Oh, I know why. I didn't change these blocks. Save. Aha! It is beautiful. It's beautiful. My masterpiece. It's alive. Beautiful. Whew. I'm happy right now. It looks really good. So I'm actually gonna try this out. Okay, that worked. Ah, it's beautiful. The only downside is currently these things looking like this. So do I want to change looks of the speed? I'm not quite sure how I would make it look though. Speed could be like a wind. Actually, hold on. I want to experiment. I got a skill tree here. I just need to find any of them that is unlocked. Need to duplicate. I'm gonna call this one speed 1 node unlocked. Confirm. This, hit delete. Apply this to here. Make sure it's in the correct spot in the GUI. It is. Go to paint. Okay. Color picker. I'm gonna select this. Now with my brush, I'm gonna come in here. Get rid of this. Okay. For speed, I'm gonna go with like this, like a blue. Thinking of like a couple. There you go. Does that look like speed? Like a wind icon or something, like a whoosh. We go like a that. Go like this a little bit. Is that too much? I'm thinking with like most lines is usually just like 3 lines. Hang on, let's look this up. Whoosh icon. Looking for a. Okay, let's just look up a whoosh icon. Ah, ooh, I like this. I like this. I forgot I had like the little curl. Let's try to add the curl. So we go like. I think maybe if I just go like. I like that. So I'm going to duplicate this, call this one speed 2 node unlocked. Then I'm going to take a green line. Nope. This one. And then I also need one for a 3, so I'm going to duplicate this one, rename this one to a speed 3. And then this, I just need to come in here and do that, that. Oh, whoops. Fly to face, then grab this. I'm gonna go like. Okay, then I'm going to duplicate. Properties, change this one to the speed 3. Confirm. Fly to face. Then I'm gonna take this. And then actually, I can just take that. There's a 3. So we got 1, 2, and 3, which is all we need. Now we just need to do this, this, this. Can I? Nope. This, this, this. Control C, Control V. Ah, of course it doesn't work. Okay. So I'm going to duplicate this. Duplicate. Duplicate. Properties. We go with locked. Confirm. Confirmed. Then properties. Confirmed. Duplicate. 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 And then properties. Change this to unlock a bull. Change this one to unlock a bull. To a bull. And then I just need to duplicate, duplicate, duplicate. Properties. Change this to fully locked. Fully locked. And then fully locked. Okay, so then I need to go to the locked. Apply to face. I'm going to go with this gray. Change this to my 71. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Unlock a bull. Apply to face. 1, 2. Apply to face. 1, 2. Apply to face. 1, 2. Fully locked. This is apply to face. Take that same gray. 1, 2, 3, 4. Apply to face. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last one. Apply to face. 1, 2, 3, 4. I feel like it needs to be darker than that, though. So that's nearly black. I feel like these need to be darker. One, two, three, 4. See, I think that's closer, but for these, I'm just gonna 2, 3, 4. We're gonna go ahead and go with this like straight black. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I see what I'm doing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So now I just gotta save all of these real quick. So I need to save first this one. All skill trees, textures, that's fine. So save. Okay. Okay. Save. Contains similar characters such as case of case letters or white spaces. It does not have any of those, but I'm not going to worry about it. Don't show again. Don't show again. Save. I just gotta save all these and then I should be good to go. Cool. Save and then save. Awesome. Awesome indeed. So now that means I go to my folder. So I got, need to open this, open textures, because now I should have just added a ton of new ones called speed. Yes. So speed 1, speed 2, speed 3, all the way to speed 3. Click this. That should be 3 times 3 should be 9. So this is 1. Whoa, whoops. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait. 3. Yeah, 4 times 3, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Awesome. Control C. Go to my skill tree here. Control V. Awesome. Now I need to go into here. Do the same thing I did for these. Okay, okay, cool, cool. We are making progress. First, I'm going to go into here and do this part. Just because it's simpler for my brain. So we need a 1 through 3. So I'm just going to copy these because it's a 1 through 3. Hit copy. Place that down there. Hit a paste. Delete a comma. Okay. Now we just got to change these names. This is now speed. I just need to just do the speed 1. Speed 1. Whoops. Speed 1. Speed 2. Speed 2. Awesome. Whoops. Speed 3. 3. Cool. Cool stuff. So that has been changed. These are null have speed. I just need to change the numbers. So it goes from 47 to a 48. 49. 50. 51. 52. 53. 54. 55. 56. 57. 58. Awesome. I'm going to hit save on that. I'm starting this with a 48, so I'm going to go back to my test. So start with a 48, so 1,000, 48, 1,000, whoops, 1,049, 1,050, 1,051. Actually, wait, this is speed 2. So this is actually starting with a 52. So this is 52, 53, 54, 55, because up here is the speed 1. Here's speed 1. Started with a 1,048, 1,049, 1,050, 1,051. Okay, so this stops at 55, so that means this would be a 1,056, 1,057, 1,058, 1,059. And then last but not least is to change this to a white concrete. There we go. Okay, hit save on that. Now I just gotta assign the textures to the models by first adding the models. The model is the same as the node, it's just a different texture. So I can copy undead 1, copy, paste, rename this, get rid of the copy, change this to a speed 1, rename this, remove copy, change this to a speed 1, rename, remove copy, change this to a speed 1, do this, remove copy, change this to a speed 1. So now I'm going to go ahead and go into here, change this to a speed 1 node unlockable. Save, X, minimize. Do the same thing here. Change this to a speed, save, X, minimize. Same thing here. Change this to a speed, save, X, minimize. this guy here to a speed save X minimize. Perfect. Now I just need to copy this, paste it once, and then get rid of copy, change this to a 2. Get rid of the copy, 2, get rid of copy, to this to 2, get rid of the copy, change this to a 2, what? Speed 2, change this to a 2, save X, minimize, open this, change this to a 2, save X, minimize, 2, save X, minimize, 2, save X, minimize. Last one, copy, paste, click here, and then change this to a 3. 3. 3. 3. Awesome. Just gotta do the same thing here, then we should be good. 3, save X, minimize. 3, saved X, minimize. 3, saved X, minimize. 3, saved X, minimize. And that should be done. So if I minimize this, go here, change or reload texture pack because I added textures and models to my actual texture pack. And then I need to reload because I assigned new textures. Now if we go to skill trees, go here, speed 1, that is set to unlocked, but this texture is wrong. These textures are correct though. So this is unlocked. This is unlocked. So the first speed is number is wrong, which is an easy fix. So this one is the one that's incorrect. Fully locked is not 51. 48, 49, 50, 51. Why is that? So 1051. 051. Ah, that's why. So this 48. Oh, I see. 48, 49, 50. Oh, that's annoying. 51. 52. 53. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. Save. Back into here I go. So this is 48, 49, 50, 51. So that's all correct. But I gotta go down here and increase these all by 1. So that ends with a 51. Which then means that these... Actually, I may have done it right. 52, 53, 54, 55. Hold on. So speed 2. starts with a 52. And then in here, speed 2 starts 52. Actually, so this may work just the way it is. So I'm going to reload, reload. Then I'm going to check skill trees. Boom. Yeah. See, that's pretty cool. Awesome. I love it. My question is, why stop there? We only have one level of knockback currently. So, if I add this, that could be an easy texture to do. If I do, whoops, I do control, no, here, no. There we go. Oh, I see. So I gotta do this, delete. Aha. Now I can open this back, go into textures, grab any one of these that is unlocked. Import, duplicate, take the duplicated property. I'm going to change this to knock back node unlocked, confirm, get rid of this guy. So now we're left with here, do this, bring this back up to 250, this down to 1, select. Okay, beautiful. So now here, I'm gonna make a shield. I'm gonna go with a lighter gray, almost like a silver. A little bit lighter. A little bit more gray. Sure. So I go like one, 2, 3, 4. So I'm gonna do 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it has to go like that. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and just get my center points first. So I'm gonna get my 2 here, 2 there. I'm going to go to about here on each side. So this can actually go down a bit. Okay. This looks more like a chest plate than a shield. So the shield needs to be a little bit rounder. Actually, it doesn't look that bad. Let me change this to be down there. See what that looks like. That looks more like a shield. Especially then if I add this there. So now if I add brown, which I'm not good at finding these colors, so I have to experiment here. Okay, it's not quite the color brown that I want, you know, a little bit darker. Okay. Let's look for a color brown, shall we? Okay. So let's look up a wood brown Xcode. I want a little bit darker than this. I'm liking this one. So an FAC 882. FAC 882. FAC 882. FAC 882. Something's not right. So yeah, something's not right with that one. There we go. 341 A0E. 341 A0E. 341 A0E. 341 A0E. There we go. Still a little too dark. Let's make it a little bit lighter. There we go. That looks more like a face. That actually looks pretty cool. I like that. I really just need the duplicate, because I just need the, whoops, I did not mean to duplicate that again. So I just need locked, unlockable, fully locked. So then I need to apply to face, the locked, grab my dark gray. One, two. Apply to face. Uh-oh. I can't find the color I used to make it. 1, 2. Actually, hold on. I can fix this easily. If I find a... Find an unlockable... Okay, palette. 2 orange. 2 yellow. Not bright enough. Not bright enough. Actually looked fairly close. I like that. Okay, looks really close. Light a face. Okay, I'm gonna bring... Back down. Okay. Okay, so just need to save these as knockback node. I'm gonna go ahead and then duplicate this layer. Properties, I'm gonna change this one to start node. I just need unlocked Actually, not yet. I just need unlocked and unlockable for that. So if I click this, hit apply to face. See, start could be a check mark. Actually, it'd be cooler if it was like an unlocked thing. So an unlocked would be an open padlock. So if I grab a gray, it seems decent. I need to make a key. So first I need to make a lock. Okay, so first I need to make the basic shape. And then black for a keyhole. So this is going to be locked. Now to give this some texture, I'm going to get some darker grays. Not that dark. Whoops. Control Y. Color picker. Slightly darker. Go here. Oops. Go here and go slightly lighter. I think that looks pretty cool. So then I'm going to duplicate this. I'm going to rename this one as lockable. And then unlocked. So for unlocked, I'm going to need to take this, apply that. Whoops. Whoops. Okay, no, I can't do that. So for unlocked, I'm going to do of that, and then maybe make a key. I figured out how to make a key. Okay, they do a circle. Okay, okay. I don't know if I have room for that though. Could just simply do something like that. That's pretty cool. Go slightly lighter color for here. Go slightly darker for here. Could go with like a green in here. I'm actually pretty proud about this. This one's pretty cool. We'll say, oh, whoops, cancel, cancel, apply to face. It's not quite red enough. There we go. So this is unlockable, and then the other one's unlocked. So then if I save, start node unlockable. Start node unlocked. So then if I go into my folder, I should go ahead and be able to then grab. This is thinking because it's saving those other textures. Okay, okay. Okay, so we got start, start. And I should have a few of the knockback. There they are. 1, 2, 3, 4 of the knockback is correct. Control C, go into this skill tree. Control V, we should see it pop up. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's correct. Awesome. And go ahead and go into here. Go into the white concrete. We got 6 total. We have a 4, so I'm going to copy this. Add my comma. Add a 2. Space, or paste. This just needs to say knockback. 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 Awesome. I just need to copy 2. Add my comma. And then this is going to say start. And I just need unlocked and unlockable. So that's actually perfect. And then change this to start. So I need to change this. It's a 59. I need a 60. 61. 62. 63. 64. 65. Save. So then, starting at 60 for knockback. So if I go up here, go all the way towards the top. We got knockback starting at 60. Would be 1, 0, 60. 61. 62. 0, 63. Let me just triple check that. 63, yep, and then 64 and 65. Then this is going to be 1, 0, 64. 1, 0, 65. Save that. Now I just need to change this to white concrete, this to white concrete. There we go, there we go, there we go. Whoops. Go hit save on that. Now I need to go into here, go into skill trees here. Now I do need to copy this bad boy. Control C, Control V. Just got to rename, get rid of the copy, rename this to knockback. Same thing here. Boom. Knockback. Knockback. Now I need to go inside here, change this to knockback. Save. X. Minimize. Go to here. Knockback. Save. X. Minimize. This one. Knockback. Save. X. Minimize. This guy here. Back. Save. X minimize. Now I just need the unlocked and unlockable. Control C, Control V. Now I just need to name this one. The copy. Change this to start. Oops. Same thing here. Oops. Start. And just need to simply change this to start. Save X. Minimize. Change this to start. Save X. Minimize. And then we go back into game and test it. Gotta make sure this is working. Okay, so game, go into here. First, I'm gonna do MMO core, admin, reset, skill trees, Mr. Fisher Mooser, no core, admin, skill tree points, give Mr. Fisher Mooser. I'm just giving myself 60 of the, what is it? Test / MMO core, reload my texture pack, and here we go. What? / skill trees. Uh-oh, something's not right. Which is probably, aha, I knew it. There's a comma. I knew exactly what it was too. 3MT. There we go, so that's good. Yes. Beautiful. So now, if I go ahead and unlock. Yes. It's beautiful. Now, out of curiosity, inside of here, there is a size. I want to see what happens if I do a size 2. I want to see what messes up. It changed absolutely nothing. I was wondering about that because that should, I don't even think size is supposed to be in here, but it is. Either way, so that worked. Now we have knockback. Beautiful. Speed. We go either PvP. Wait, this is still. So PvE 3 is still not fixed with textures. Hold on. Ow. So I need to go here. Oh, nope, here. We need PvE 3. So I'm going to start at the top just to make sure. PvE 3. Fully locked. That is correct. PvE 3 locked. That is correct. PvE 3 unlockable. That is correct. PvE 3 unlocked. That is correct. Wise. Okay, PvE 4. That is correct. So we need PvE 3 locked. PvE 3 locked. So that is correct. So then if I go back here though, we noticed PvE 3. That is not correct. So what that means is that we got the texture assigned incorrectly. So if I go into here, PvE 3 locked should be 1034. So now if I go into here, PvE 3, which is right here, locked should be 1034. So that is correct. So that's 1034, which then assigns 1034. Aha! We have located the issue. I did not change these to ease. Save. Which that is just a texture pack issue, so I can just reload the texture pack. Then go into skill trees, and that should... Yep, that fixed it. Yay! So we got all of these now working, so if I click this, those are now closed. I can upgrade these. Beautiful. I love it. Wow. It's beautiful. Okay. I did add a trophy one in here, though. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of all of these. Delete. This I'm going to duplicate. Change the properties of this one. I'm going to call this... I'm just gonna call it trophy for now. I don't know what else to call it. Confirm. Delete. Add that to our face here. Okay. Need this guy. So this is gonna be like an Easter egg. So I could technically add it to look like an Easter egg, which I think would be cool. So unlocked could be... I like the green background that I did. That was something new I tried. That looks like an egg to me. Whoops. Cancel. Control Z. So I'm going to get a reference photo to look at. So Minecraft egg texture. Okay. Kind of goes along those. So it's an interesting shape. Okay, so I'm going to see if I can save image as a PNG. I can. Save. Minimize. Then I go to here. Downloads. Then I'm going to drag this as a reference image. Aha! Beautiful. So I'm going to go down with a slightly darker shade of white. I'm just going to kind of go along like... So I'm first going to define my edges, which is going to be here, here, okay, and then here. I just got to go that. Probably need to go... No, I probably had it right. That. Okay. This can go out. Out. 1, 2. 1, 2. I don't mind that, but I feel like it needs to drop down a little bit more at the top. But let me fill this in with the brighter white and see what that looks like. I mean, that doesn't look half bad, but I still feel like it's a little tall at the top. So I'm going to need to bring it down. No, this probably actually looks about right. So you make this a little bit less dark. and then a little bit less. Okay, so actually I'm going to revert this back. And I'm going to go like, there we go. There we go. That looks like an egg to me. So maybe I should rename it to be egg. I mean, that looks pretty cool. And I liked the... Yeah. Actually, that kind of looks more like a snowball, doesn't it? I don't know. Does that look like a snowball or an egg? Hmm. I kind of see both. Alternatively, I could change this to a... like a trophy texture of some kind. Which I think that looks pretty cool. Looks egg to you. Okay. Let me go with that then. So I'm just gonna need to duplicate this. Rename this one to... this is gonna be unlockable. And then apply to face. Watching from Luxembourg. Awesome. I don't even know where that's at, but that's cool. Well, welcome. Welcome. And high five. What a name. I am getting to a stopping point for the night because I've been at this for about 3.5 hours. Made a lot of really cool progress. So that is an unlockable, an unlocked. And duplicate properties. This is going to be a locked. So if it's a locked, I want it to be... ooh, what if I had it hidden? So this is going to be like an Easter egg that no one's going to know about, except for like those who are in the call right now. So currently, if I scroll over here a good ways, just straight to the right, eventually you'll find this guy. This is one, it's called a trophy. I'm going to change it to egg. But this is currently it. What if I had it invisible? Essentially, like it's like hidden to where you didn't know it. Like you can't see it unless you happen to accidentally pass over it. That'd be interesting. I don't know if I'm going to do that, though. If it's locked, so unlockable, it's red. Then when you click on it, if you're able to unlock it, so then you click on it, it then become green. If it's locked, I could have it as well, right now a blue is unlockable. So if I changed red to locked, and then what would this look like if I change it to like a blue? That's a cool color. Yeah, I think I'll do that. I don't mind that. So I'm just gonna change this one to the unlockable. Then change this one to the locked. And we can see what that looks like. So locked, unlocked, unlockable. So let me just go ahead and save these. Save. Okay, so then I'm going to go to textures. We should now have some new egg. So let me hit E. There's egg. There they go. There they are. So we got 3 eggs. Copy. I'm going to put them inside of here. Then I'm going to go ahead and go into here. I needed to, these 3. Copy it. Put a comma here, space there. So then I'm going to change this to say egg, egg, egg. And then this needs to be a 65, no, 66, 67, and 68. And then remove the comma, hit save, go to test, scroll all the way down, changing this to egg. Do they still call them like Easter eggs, like when you're playing a game and they add like, is it still called Easter eggs? Like when there's like a hidden thing in the map that's like a cool thing that either calls to something else or like may lead to something else. It's kind of like, essentially this is gonna be like a hidden thing that's gonna be like a cool thing to find. Don't know if I'm gonna call it like Easter egg or just egg. I think I may call it just egg. I think that could be like a funny thing. So that way, like, when someone's playing the server, they, like, are new and they find something, they ask, hey, what's this? It's called egg. And then, like, a veteran player's like, where's the egg? And then a veteran player's, like, explaining it to him. It's like, oh, so you mean an Easter egg? No, just egg. I think that'd be kind of funny. So I'm going to go ahead and change this. It was a 66, right? Yeah, 66. So 1066, 1067, 1068. Okay, awesome. I thought so. That's what I thought it was. Okay. This I don't need to worry about because it's never going to be fully locked. It does need these parents, so it's going to be locked, but it's not going to be fully locked. I don't think. Okay. But these you have to change to a white concrete. Whoops. Hit save. And then I gotta go into here. This skill tree. And then I just need to grab any of these. I need unlockable, locked, unlocked. Control C, Control V. Whoops. I did not mean to do that. I just need those three. Okay, click on this one, F2. Egg. 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 I just need to change these to an egg. Save. X. Minimize. Egg. Saved. X. Minimize. Egg. Saved. X. Minimize. Go back here. Reload textures. Reload this. Skill trees. So now if I go to here. There we go. I need more points. That's fine. MMO core admin. Skill tree points. Give me special racer. 25. Test. Hey, cool. So it's blue, now it's green. Now let me / MMO core admin reset. Skill trees, Mr. Fisher Misser. And then I need to reload. And I need to give myself probably like 50. And then skill trees. So this is all set back to square one. That is now a red. It's unlocked. Okay, let's go this way. Awesome. Cool. Yay, that's awesome. So that's probably what I'm gonna do and call it there. The next thing I need to do is actually go in and assign like what these actually do and also change some of the lore, because right now the lore is kind of messy and I don't need all of this information. Like I don't need to see soft or strong parents. It's kind of like self-explanatory. I don't need it to show its max children. So I can probably just like clean that up. So unlock skill tree. So yeah, I'll also go into tank and remove test. Hit save. Go into fighter. Actually, hit X on fighter. Go into here. Into skill trees, I'm going to delete fighter. Open up test. Go all the way up. Change this to fighter. This to fighter. Then hit save. Go back into here. Rename this to fighter. Hit save. Now I should be able to go. Reload this. Uh-oh. There's an error. Ah, I see. I see, I see. So it's going to still give the error because this is something that I would actually have to restart the server for. So I'm going to do that real fast, and then if this works, I'm going to call it a night here. The next time I start working on this, it will be for just kind of like finishing touches for the skill tree, and then begin work on balancing the class itself of tank. And then all I gotta do is make the classes for the other fighter, the other subclasses for the fighter class, because I don't need to make any more skill trees for that, because the skill tree for that is gonna be the same for all the fighter subclasses. I would just have to worry about the actual class itself once I get the skill tree done. So the skill tree, have to like actually make the skills do something and like give something, but also need to clean up the lore of the item because it looks kind of ugly. And then final touches on the tank class, and then I can finish the other subclasses for fighter. It's almost done.
Hello.
Oh, hello. I am nearly done.
Hey. Looks like I showed up for the last hurrah.
Yes. Would you like to see a spoiler for an Easter egg? Considering, since you're an admin, you're not going to really be able to get to use it. Unfortunately.
I like Easter eggs for sure.
Okay.
You're still streaming, right?
Yes.
Fun.
Oh, wait. Okay, so let me know when you can see the stream. Actually, I think there's a little bit of a delay. Here, I'll do this for you. There you go. I should be screen sharing. My poor laptop.
Rest in peace, your laptop, indeed.
Yes. So, alright, let me know when you can see.
Okay.
Right. So let me know when you're ready, Master Gunk. Rase. Whichever, whomever, whatever.
The mini DM.
The mini DM, there you go.
Oh, music?
Oh, yes. So, alright, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. So if I open up my skill tree, hold that, forgot. There we go. Open up skill trees. It'd probably be, you can watch it real time in Discord. I did that for you,
Yeah,
so.
I'm watching on Discord.
Okay. So right now I got a skill tree here. I can't really do much with it because
size.
it's locked. However, I gotta unlock it, which I do have enough points because I gave myself 100 skill points, which skill points are gonna probably be given through boss fights. Which would include mini bosses probably. But if I unlock this one, and changes to like Eve has a little key in it, and it's an unlocked lock, which then unlocks this one. It's hard to tell, but it's a shield. I just need a, I guess. I don't really mind it because the icons for these don't really matter that much. So either way, I can't. I mean, that's fair. I cannot unlock these until I unlock that one. And so Gunk, or else say, I will let you choose PvP damage path to where it is increasing PvP damage and then also gives you speed, or PvE damage that also increases undead damage. Which path are you choosing?
Damage?
There's PvP damage, but it will also give you extra speed, or PvE, player versus entity damage, like mobs, as well as undead. So you'll get extra undead.
There's not a lot of undead, so I'd say PvP, because who doesn't like going fast?
That's true. That's true. So, alright. So, if I pick the one path... Whoops. First I gotta pick speed. If I pick the one path, this becomes blocked. It's gone. So, essentially each one of these, same with the player versus entity, is going to be a 5% buff. So I'll be able to do a max of 20% extra damage to whatever. However, it's going to be hard to upgrade these, so it's not going to be an easy thing. So then if I can upgrade this one...
Most things worth it aren't.
Exactly. Upgrade this one, but if you notice, I can't change my speed. Oh no. Until I unlock this final fourth one. Then I can get speed. But I'm going to wait because we are going to take a gander at the one and only Easter egg. If you go to the right a decent ways, there's an egg. Right now I can't do anything because it's locked until I unlock this guy. Then I come back over here. He is now unlockable, and then boom. So what I can have this egg do is really anything. I'll probably like have it like give you a clue to like a location that they have to travel to, and then like maybe like a hidden boss or something.
Maybe. Or maybe a fun achievement as well.
Yep. It's different, so I think that would be really cool. But that's like a late game thing. So essentially how I plan it is that you'll essentially be around the level 50 before you can do that. Because for one, that Easter egg costs 25 skill points, or skill tree points.
Oh.
The others cost about 5 each. And so there's going to be some questing and some mob or boss grinding involved.
Okay. I'm gonna have to stop watching the stream, it's lagging.
Alright, no worries. So, yeah, that's what I've been up to.
That's pretty fun.
Yeah. So, anyway, I've been streaming for 4 hours now.
Goodness.
And so...
Have you had anyone to keep you company?
Yes. Miss Bailey has been entertaining by making sure that I always have at least one viewer. But I've also had, there's at one point I was having like 6 viewers. Some guy came in, donated $6 and whatnot, so
Oh, yeah.
cool stuff. We got some work done. I think I got couple members added to the Discord from it as well.
Yes, I saw that.
Yes.
Including one that I recognized.
Yes. And so, good stuff, good stuff.
I said hello to them all.
I did. I think I did. I believe I have. But either way, I'm going to call it a night here for this stream. I don't know when I'll be able to go live next. Maybe Monday, depending.
Next Friday,
Because,
hopefully.
well, for the D&D thing, yeah. But for next Friday is going to be a D&D stream. But next server stream. TMC stream, I don't know. Possibly Monday, but we'll see, because Monday, I think we're going fishing. But, I gotta double check Bailey's schedule, because if she's off, I may be doing something with her. I know she's working, but I meant, like, off, like, when I get home from fishing. So,
That's fair.
I gotta check with her on her schedule. And then to be determined about when I'll stream. I'll still be working on some of this stuff, because I am doing some of this stuff while I'm at work, because I'm multitasking. I'm figuring some different stuff out for our esports program at work by also using it for my server. It's like it's a win-win. Killing a couple birds with the same stone, if you will. But either way, if anybody is watched it and is somehow here, or watches the VOD later on and somehow makes it to here for some strange reason, make sure to join the Discord server. Link is in the description of the stream and on the top of my homepage for my channel. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching and supporting the channel and the server. It means a lot. I'm hoping to have this done by next summer, like before summer starts. That's my goal.
That would be awesome.
That would be really awesome. Like right in time for summer break is the goal.
Yes, the people.
Exactly.
Also, happy first.
Hey, it is the first. Yes. So I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in and so much for sticking around. Master Agung, thank you for stopping by for the last couple minutes. You take care, sir, and have a good night, and I'll catch you tomorrow.
Alright, you as well. Adios.
Yes, sir. Adios.